spectres must have got in. Sorry! So you did this? Look. I've lost people too. I know what it feels like. Shut up! Do what you think!
Sorry.
Oh my dear.
And it will get you.
Will.
He should have been life there, not me.
No.
I chose you.
I never wanted to fight him.
But you were meant to fight him.
You had to, though.
He's in pain with his fingers, but also right there and right there. You know, thinking about all of that, about his mother and all, dealing with his life, and now dealing with feeling guilty and all.
Oh, I just think where life takes me. I don't know yet.
You can't imagine, my dear.
Just need to cut us in there. Get the easy altar and cut us out.
Theo! The fact that she's so hard with her demon, it's proving also how hard she is with herself.
How did you find the note?
Impertinent.
You're unmarrying her.
I found her arrogant, like many women in this world.
Oh.
Because I was a woman, I was denied a doctorate by the magisterium. I've written plenty of papers, published if I agreed to let a man take the credit. Do you know who I could have been in this world?
I imagined it first,
What do you remember?
even before you.
Why are we talking about Azrael?
We're not talking about Azrael, we're talking about me.
I love the fact that we are exploring
We're in the middle of the
our
manufacturing.
character.
We'll do it somewhere around here. Like really small.
You didn't see it.
I was hoping that this might be a life you'd want to share.
Nope.
If you actually got me, you wouldn't begin to know what to do with me.
She's gonna do the talking while Willie's gonna do the singing.
She's here.
Oh, she was relieved in a way, you know, to see her daughter.
What's this one?
I need to chill. You don't know who she is. You don't know who she is. I'm sorry. Her demon. The monkey.
It's going to attack.
No.
Hello. Thank you.
Oh. Oh. Say hello to your mama. No.
Why would I trust you?
You can read it. I'd love you to show me.
Now,
Tell you more
really,
about
we're not
this.
gonna trust that.
Why Azrael did what he did to your friend, Roger.
Out there.
No, stay away from that boy. Do you understand me? He will do you nothing but harm.
No, it will do nothing but protect her.
You are so like I was.
You shouldn't have said that.
Nothing. Like you.
Pan is attacking. It switched between you.
How is she? Your love could happen to someone so vulnerable.
She's also letting her do that, you know, Mrs Coulter. She's not reacting. She doesn't want to fight her daughter this time. Fight back. I mean, she is just trying to Get away.
Lyra, Pussy, come on! Lyra, we need to go!
Lyra. Oh my dear. Pan. I think that even in the other world, they heard that. That fight between Lyra and Mrs Coulter, between Pan and the monkey, it was amazing. So symbolic for so many things. We're gonna talk about that during the review.
When I had him hurting you, I wanted to kill him.
That was your mother.
Ah,
I'm always scared. Something bad's happening to my mum, but never that she'll hurt me.
It didn't feel good. Acting like she did. Hurt them like Mel Costa. Willie Scoresby.
They'd be lucky to be anything like you.
oh my dear. See, they are marrying each other. I said it in intro.
I will do nothing to help you find your father.
I can't explain these tears, you know. That's too personal.
Well, you failed to tell me that they had a knife that could cut between worlds.
The crossroad world we pass through
It's not one for you.
is for the spectres.
So is Lyra in danger?
No.
The spectres ignore children.
Tell me more.
How she said it?
Once you understand something, you can master it. And we have no choice but to try.
Okay.
Mary.
Okay.
She's all prepared.
I'll call Charles.
Mrs Coulter?
Yes.
We've got time to expect you together.
She just understood that they are related, Mrs Coulter and Lastrum. She's gonna be protected, they said. You know, the spectres and all. This episode was about women. It was an episode for Mrs Coulter, for Mary and for Lyra. We were with the three of them. Even if we are seeing all of the characters, and that's great because we are evolving with them into the story, into their arcs and all, with each episode we are more with some of them. We are really into the mind of some of them. During the last one, you know, we were with Serafina Pecada, we were also with Liz Coresby, we were more maybe also with Will, but during this episode we were more with Mrs Coulter, with Lyra and with Mary. The work, you know, that the writers of the show are doing with Mrs Coulter is so great, because he's such, okay, an important character of the books, but also such an interesting one. Her psychology, how she's functioning, how she's thinking, how she's feeling also, how she's discovering how she's feeling into the books was so interesting, and I said it a lot during all of the other episodes. Her character had really an impact on me for personal reasons. That chapter during the book number 3, you know which one I'm talking about, it really disturbed me, made me think a lot. It was bringing an all new level for her character, to understand her love for Lyra, and after that I never read the books the same, you know. She was still terrifying me, but I understood her also. Oh, I'm sorry for the light suddenly. This is a light of understanding. Oh, I can't keep that like that. I'm sorry, I had to close my blinds for this review because it was too sunny. Really, the symbolic of that, it's also really fun. But yes, what they did with Mrs Coulter during this episode was so great, because we explored an aspect of her life which was interesting into the books, but maybe not explored enough, and that was great that they took an entire episode to talk about it, imagining what Mrs Coulter could have been into this world, and her understanding that into that world she could have worked and take care of her baby at the same time. You know, seeing that woman into the park, it was for that. Then understanding that she could have worked and be recognized for that, you know, and to run a department like Mary is doing, to do that kind of researches and to be authorized to do that kind of researches, and again to be recognized for that, to publish papers, to do stuff like that, and also with the clothes, you know, to wear everything that she wants, to be free, like she said, and her understanding of that and all that was interesting for the show to explore that was interesting for a character also, of course, and the actress really played that well, even if sometimes I had trouble to read her face, you know. I was like, are you surprised? Are you frustrated? Are you sad? Maybe it's all of that. Maybe she felt all of these emotions at the same time. I mean, not the actress, but the character, and the actress was trying to make us sing that by playing all of these different emotions at the same time. That was interesting to see her understanding that, being disturbed by that, even if, you know, we can see that at the end she knows that and all, but what is more important for her, it's her daughter, it's Lyra. She went there to know that, you know, to see Mary for that, but she's going back no matter what because she wants to have Lyra back, because she thinks that Lyra belongs to her. But that moment, you know, that reunion between the two of them, that fight, but even before the fight, you know, the fact that she was trying to have Lyra trust, saying stuff to her about the alethiometer, about the fact that Lyra knows how to read it, that she wants to know that she wants to help Lyra to use it well, to have power and all. I mean, after what she lived during this episode, the fact that she saw that women can do that and that, was she honest with that, you know, with that way of talking to Lyra, what she said to her? I'm not sure. I'm still thinking that she's a manipulative person, so it was also a way to have Lyra with her. After that, the fact that it was Pan who initiated, you know, the fight, the fact that Lyra was taking back the control during that scene, the fact that it was a parallel with what happened during the season 1, the fact that Lyra did what Mrs Coulter did to her during that moment, the fact also that Mrs Coulter was not trying to respond, I mean her demon, but also herself, she didn't try to do something, she didn't try to react, she didn't say anything, and her demon was not trying also to attack. We know that he can, you know, we know what this demon can do, and we know that even if Pan was that animal, you know, during that moment, a big one, you know, this monkey could have done bad things to Pan even if it was that form of animal. So the fact that he didn't try to attack, and he was not even trying to defend himself, you know, he was trying to escape during that moment, that was also really important. It was Mrs Coulter not wanting to hurt her daughter. After spending all of this time hurting her, she learned stuff about her daughter during the last episodes who changed her mind about her. She's recognizing Lyra as someone who can sing by herself, who can read the alethiometer, who is doing stuff on her own. She's not considering her daughter the same. She's still considering that her daughter belongs to her. She's still like that with her, you know, with what she wants to do with Lyra. She said that she wants to protect her, something like that, but she wants more to control her, in fact, than to protect her. But right there, she didn't want to hurt her. And Lyra had the control on the situation. on Mrs Coulter and the situation. If Mrs Coulter would have known before that Will was gonna open a window like that to go in another world, she would have reacted in another way, because right there she thought that Lyra was blocked, you know, couldn't go anywhere else, so she was like, okay, maybe I'm gonna let her control me into this fight, but she's gonna stay there, so something else is gonna happen, we're not gonna end the conversation right there, the fight right there. But after that, you know, Will opened that door, so the situation changed again. Knowing that, she could have done something else. Mrs Coulter, knowing her, that moment really was brilliant. The two actresses were wonderful. During that fight, during that moment, they understood that they both evolved, and also that their relationship evolved, and that the power, you know, the control of the situation is not on the same hands. The actresses played that so well, the writers wrote that so well, because I saw that in just some seconds, you know, during that fight. We can see all of that in just some seconds, because also of all of the work, the good work that they did during the last episodes, showing us that these characters are evolving, are changing their minds. Mrs Coulter discovering all of that about Lyra, but also during this episode about that world and what women can do. Lyra doing all of these brave things and, you know, thinking for herself. We had Mrs Coulter, we had Lyra, and we had Marie also. That part with the serpent. Marie. We are not evolving, you know, at the same rhythm during the show and into the books. And like I said, I don't want to read stuff into the books again. I mean, before discovering it into the show. I want to check the books after that, to still be surprised, you know, by things which are happening on the show. But I want to know for the serpent. Play the serpent. In French, it's jouer le rôle du serpent. I didn't remember that at all. That's so interesting! That's... for the future, you know, for what's happening at the end. That's so interesting. Play the serpent. I didn't remember it at all, you know, that it was into the books. I didn't remember it. It's into the book. That's how well this book is written, you know. And that's also how young I was when I read them. To not remember it right now, but also to not understand during that moment what it meant, the logic of it for the end, you know, for the end of the books, how everything was meant to be like that since the beginning, you know, was logical since the beginning, was so well written since the beginning. I love the fact that, you know, that they put it into the show, but I love also the fact that I'm remembering maybe, but maybe more, I'm discovering right now that it was into the books in the beginning. I didn't see it, I think. Again, I read them, but it was a long time ago and I was young. So yes, Marie is gonna play the serpent for sure, but left also the cave for good. And she went into the other world. I love her character, and I love the fact that the writers are giving her that place into the show. Again, all of what happened to her during this episode could have been summarized, in fact, in 1 or 2 scenes. But they are choosing to create scenes with her which are not into the books, to do things with her to show us that this is an important character. This is one of the main characters. You know, creating these scenes and all, it's not just to have amazing scenes added to the story, but it's also to make us think she is equal to Mrs Coulter, she is equal to Lyra. Now we have to consider her as equal to the other characters. She is one of the main characters. That's clever. And that's also a way, again, because I said it during another episode, to make us connect with her. You know, this moment with her sister, it was for that, to make us understand who she is with her family, to remember us that she was a nun. Can you imagine? To be married, you said goodbye to religion, you're not a nun anymore, and now people are coming to you telling you things about dark material being something, you know, about morality and all. After that you're talking to dust and they are saying to you that they are angels, and they are saying to you that you have to play the role of the serpent. Can you imagine being married and hearing all of that and being like, really? I said goodbye to religion for a good reason, and boom! To imagine it, you know, it can be fun to put yourself into her shoes. That was a good episode, really good. I loved the fact that we were with these three women. I loved all of what they created with Mrs Coulter and also with Mary, all of what they respected from the books. Whether I remembered it or not, everything was great. Again, I really think that this season 2 is better than the season 1. The season 1 was already good, but this season 2 is way better, is amazing, really. I can't see anything bad, you know, to say about it. About the things that they created or not, you know, even, you know, these scenes with the Magisterium were really great. We have to be with them. They are such an important part of the story. They are the reasons why Mrs Coulter is acting like that, why Lyra is acting like that. That's important to still be with them, in fact, to remember again and again who they are and what they are doing, what we are fighting, you know, in fact. Tell me, what did you think about that episode, about this fight between Mrs Coulter and Lyra? For me, it was so great, so intense, you know, how they played it, but also so symbolic for so many reasons. Tell me, what did you think about it? And again, tell me if you saw something during the episode that I didn't see, good or bad. Please tell me also, I'm interested by that. Okay, so it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Crazy.